Hey guys, and welcome back to another new Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and in today's video I'll be taking a look at all the fun changes and updates you can expect in January in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'll be going over all the details you need to know about, so if you're excited for this video, be sure to leave a like, show support, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos. Number 1. The events. On January 9th, players can expect to enjoy the Fishing Tourney event, which will mean more opportunities, or perhaps even your first opportunity if you got the game recently, to get lots of fun fishing and fish related items from CJ as you rack up points in his tournament. Though this event isn't a brand new addition to the game, it's still really fun and you can definitely make some good money since CJ will buy all of your spare fish for extra. I'm hoping that he doesn't eat them like Chip did from the previous games because that's pretty sadistic. The items that are exclusive to this event are actually pretty cool too, so I definitely recommend going after them. Like the cooler is really amazing and I love the fishing rack too, so those are some of my favorite items in the entire game. You can play this event online with friends if you'd like, which means a much more heated competition. Don't get too angry at each other. If you do this, you'll also be able to play the event for free rather than paying a participation fee. So I suppose this is just a cheeky little tip on how to save some money for the event. The event itself isn't too competitive since your villagers won't actually join in, so adding some of your best pals to the mix is a really good idea, and I've enjoyed doing this myself before too. The bug off will appear for Southern Hemisphere players on January 16th, so you can do the same thing but basically just with bugs if you live in the Southern Hemisphere. It is pretty cool and there's a lot of cool bugs to catch around this time for Southern Hemisphere players, which I'm actually going to get into pretty soon. Number 2. New items. Starting January 1st to January 15th, you can get yourself some limited time New Year's items, and these are honestly all really cool. There are 7 items to get here total, each one with some cultural significance for the part of the world it originates from. You can actually find out more precise details about these by clicking the details button, which is really cool. I made a much more detailed video on all of these new items, so I won't get too much into them here, but I really love the idea of displaying my 2021 arch around the island so I can properly give the boot to 2020, which definitely proved to be less than an enjoyable year for the most of us. I'm a huge fan of the new Kadomatsu item and I plan on displaying loads of these around my island, so I hope you'll all join me in collecting these limited time items and displaying them around your island too. I can't wait to see what people do with these when I watch some island tours this January. Number 3. New bugs, fish, and sea creatures. Of course, with the turn of a new month, you can expect to discover a bunch of fun, new, exciting bugs, fish, and sea creatures to go hunting for around your island. Sadly, the Northern Hemisphere doesn't get any new fish or have any leaving either, but the Southern Hemisphere gets the sweet fish, Napoleon fish, puffer fish, blue marlin, and ocean sunfish too. The tadpole will also be leaving for Southern Hemisphere players. Again, no new bugs for the Northern Hemisphere, but there are a ton appearing for Southern Hemisphere players. These are the grasshopper, brown cicada, robust cicada, giant cicada, evening cicada, cicada shell, blue weevil beetle, earth-boring dung beetle, scarab beetle, saw stag, Miami stag, giant stag, cyclomatus stag, golden stag, giraffe stag, horned dynastid, horned atlas, horned elephant, horned Hercules, walking stick, and walking leaf. Phew. The honeybee will also be leaving at the end of January for Southern Hemisphere players, so make sure you get that one before it buzzes off. As for sea creatures, again, no new ones for Northern Hemisphere players, but the lobster and the abalone will be leaving, so make sure you get those before they're gone. For those lucky Southern Hemisphere players who get so many different new things this month, you can now get the moon jellyfish, giant isopod, and horseshoe crab. I believe that giant isopod actually sells for a decent amount of money, so it's probably worth going out there and getting it. Seaweed will be leaving for those players as well, so make sure you get some seaweed before it's too late. Let me know down in the comments section how close you are to completing your Critterpedia and hopefully your museum too. Number 4. Seasonal changes. Sadly, there aren't any new seasonal changes happening in January, but you can expect the Christmas lights season to end on January the 6th. From this point onwards, you won't be able to get any of the new ornaments from the trees to use for crafting, nor will you be able to get any of the festive DIY recipes from balloons after this point. It'll be sad to see them go away, but it really does seem like Animal Crossing thinks January 6th is the true end of Christmas, so we kinda just have to put up with it at this point. If you're sick of the snow, however, I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait until late February for that to go away. That does mean you can enjoy the snowflakes and creating snowmen, however, so it's not all downsides. There are still things to enjoy in January that I highly recommend making the most of before it is too late. Number 5. January update. Of course, the most exciting thing on this list for me personally is the January update, which will be happening sometime in late January. We don't know when exactly or what the update will contain, but we do know that it will add the new festival event and the character Pave, who will appear in February. Sadly, it does not seem like much else will be happening this January, but it's exciting to know that we can expect a new event to appear next month. Hopefully January will get some more love in the future, as sadly it is probably one of the most underwhelming months in the game. There really isn't too much new going on here, but I suppose for newer players who got the game at Christmas, there's a lot to dig into, so maybe having a more relaxing January could be a good thing for them. Either way, I'm stoked for the January update, and I hope it'll contain lots of new goodies that can keep us all entertained throughout one of the duller months the game has to offer. It'd certainly be really nice to get our hands on some brand new items, so here's hoping that they do that. So these are 5 updates and changes this January in Animal Crossing New Horizons. As I mentioned, sadly there isn't too much going on in January. Typically it's one of the duller months in every single Animal Crossing game, but there are still some fun things here, and especially some things for newer players who might not have had the chance to get these new fish, bugs, sea creatures or new items yet. Of course, the New Year's seasonal items will be a first for many of us, so it's exciting to get our hands on them. You can also enjoy celebrating more birthdays with your villagers in January depending on what you have. January 1st is Bob's birthday, so it's needless to say that I'm incredibly excited to celebrate with him and give him the best present possible. If you want to become a channel member and get a whole bunch of really cool perks for doing so, consider clicking the join button down below the video or the link in the description to learn more about how you can become a channel member. Thank you so much for watching this video, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, show support, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more videos.